This your boy Atlantic City, and this time we're taking a look at Richard Watwood. But first, let's take a look at our sponsor, ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN is a VPN. And some people use VPNs. They're kind of like library cards, but some people don't. ExpressVPN. They're not really my sponsor. So Richard Watwood. The name definitely doesn't sound familiar at all. Neither does his screen name. Single man, staying fit, 2000 or some shit. But I got about a minute into this footage, but I definitely remember this guy. I remember seeing him before, but I don't remember anything about him at all. So let's go ahead, dive in, take a look at Richard Watwood, see what the fuck he talking about.
I think we've got a guy. He's stopping, okay?
During our investigation here in Bowling Green, Kentucky, men drive for miles,
back in Bowling
sometimes
Green.
from other states like Tennessee and Indiana,
Damn.
to meet a young girl.
Usually the audio is too high. This time it's too low. By the way, don't miss Atlantic City, Crime City, this Thursday. But you're watching a look at on Atlantic City.
Home alone, willing to have sex.
This would be one stay fit.
Hashtag back in Bowling Green.
Our next visitor drove more than an hour from Nashville, Tennessee to keep a date for sex with a girl posing as a 13-year-old.
Hey, come around the sides.
Apparently the audio is not low. I just had the wrong side of the headphone on my ear.
The door doesn't work.
Okay.
While online using the screen name Single Male Stayin' Fit 2000, 41-year-old Richard Watwood not only poses naked on his webcam, he also masturbates for the decoy, then encourages her to touch herself. 2 days later, he shows up at our house.
I was just watching some TV. Oh, okay. We got these new chairs. Sit down in it. It's the greatest thing ever.
He thinks the girl's a virgin and home alone for the weekend. By the looks of his chat log, he's here to take her virginity.
If you slide them.
Hey, can I use your restroom?
Well, we're having some plumbing issues right now because it's the new house, so it's not really hooked up yet.
Yeah.
So can you hold it for a little bit maybe?
It's not really hooked up yet. It's a new house. I don't know, maybe she said something about she was moving and this was a new house in the chat log. I don't know. But this certainly don't look like a house that's just been moved into. I mean, I guess in some aspects it probably was. They just threw this house together for this investigation, or they rented one. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe you know. I don't know. But it definitely doesn't look like they still, like in their first week or two of moving somewhere. Why wouldn't the plumbing be hooked up?
Till later.
I got to pee real bad. I've been having to go since Nashville.
Before you do that, I've got a couple questions for you first. What's going on?
Not much.
Hey, no, I need to ask you some questions first. Keep your hands out of your pockets, please, so I can see them. Please, have a seat.
I don't want to have a seat.
You don't want to have a seat? You don't want to tell me what you're...
Man, that's the chair that everybody goes wild for, and you ain't gonna sit on it.
He insists he has to go to the bathroom.
Right now. Now, what was your plan here tonight?
And then takes off.
Well, there's something you need to know before you leave. I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC.
Leaving so soon?
Right, going to the side door.
Did he recognize the name? It looked like he might have recognized the name. I bet Chris loved that.
Coming out, guys. Coming your way.
All the way out, all the way out, all the way down. Get on the ground.
Get
Get on
down!
your stomach. Get on your stomach.
He's taken away in an unmarked car, driven to the local police station and booked. Officers search his car for evidence.
It's Viagra,
Kathy!
two unmarked types of
My one true love!
possibly several condoms.
Later, Watwood is brought in for questioning.
You understand why you're here? Okay. You were picked up tonight for traveling to see a minor.
He's read his rights and asked to sign a waiver.
I don't want to waive my rights.
Like all the other men you've met so far, he's arraigned before a judge, where his bail is set at $50,000 cash.
I'll enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf this morning. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Incoming, right here.
Meet 34-year-old James Fowler. He's been chatting online with a decoy posing as a 13-year-old, calling himself "You Want Come and Get Me 2005. He wastes no time getting to the point.
I like to pleasure people and be pleasured. I just don't chat. I meet.
He just don't chat. That name sounds familiar.
It's so
Fowler.
Yeah. I got him.
Yeah.
Cool, right? Cool, right?
Yes, wow.
And then out of nowhere, he...
Is this a 2-for-1 special? Could this be a 2-for-1 special? Let's make it a 2-for-1 special. We're taking a look at Fowler. What the fuck was his name? Hold on. How far is this footage? Alright, yeah. We'll do the 2-for-1. Let's do it.
He just stood up and started heading towards me. Do you want me to get you something to drink? He was definitely headed towards me for something.
Into our list. Then he getting himself "You Want Come and Get Me 2005. He wastes no time getting to the point.
I like to pleasure people and be pleasured. I just don't chat. I meet. I want to know, if I meet you, you will let me pleasure you?
Sounds fun.
Then he turns on his webcam and shows her his private parts. The next day, he's walking into our living room.
Look at this. We got these sweet new chairs. Sit down. It's so cool. It has like a massager in it. If you push those buttons, I got him to sit in a chair, and I was just sitting on the edge of my chair. That's pretty cool, right?
Yes, wow.
Hey, where's
And
the
then
video?
out of nowhere, he just stood up and started heading towards me. Do you want me to get you something to drink? He was definitely headed towards me for something.
Have a seat right over there where you were. Please.
That would not have been.
What's happening? Please sit down. What's going on?
I thought this was never going to happen.
You thought this was never...
I thought this was never going to happen. Well, let's see what actually had happened. Well, let's see what perverted justice say. That's why I was typing. I want to see, before we move on, let's see where Richard Mark Atwood, what was going on with him. He showed up at the Bowling Green, Kentucky bust house where he was greeted by Dateline cameras and then law enforcement. His case was picked up by the federal government. He was charged with crossing state lines to engage in illicit sexual conduct. As he traveled from his home in Tennessee, he pled guilty and received 46 months in prison and 5 years supervised release following his prison sentence. Sounds good. I don't know what happened with Fowler, but we'll... Oh man, I got the shittiest keyboard. Yeah, You Want Come and Get Me 2005? Alright, I don't want to read this yet. Let's go ahead and get back into the footage.
What's going to happen?
Yeah.
And what do you think this is?
It's not good.
Now, what was your plan here tonight?
Have a time.
Have a fun time.
Yeah.
With a girl who told you she was how old?
I think it was 13.
And how old are you?
34.
He says he drove an hour and 42 minutes to get here.
And during that drive at all, did you think, man, this is a bad idea?
Yeah.
Well, he admits it. You know, so many of these predators just... I thought she was 18. It's against the law to say it on there.
Exactly what I thought. Should have turned around. Should have thought about it.
Have you met other people before on the internet?
Sure, consent. Older. I mean, everybody's old, you know, I've never done this before.
What made you decide to do this for the first time tonight?
You know, it crossed my mind. I seen this show and I'm like,
A fan.
You've seen which show?
This one.
This show.
Yeah.
And what was your reaction when you've seen the show before?
It was bad. It's just bad. That's all I can say.
What the people were doing was bad.
Yeah.
Now you say here...
Chris is fascinated. Look at this motherfucker. He wants to hear about what he thinks about the show. He loves that shit. I bet they talked for 10 minutes about the show.
Bad. What the people were doing was bad.
Yeah.
You saw him with his hands.
Now you say here that you like to pleasure people and be pleasured.
Yeah.
Now, you know this is a 13-year-old girl.
Yeah.
You talk about how having sex for the first time may be painful for the girl. And then you sent these pictures.
Yeah.
You ever been in trouble before? You have been?
Yeah.
What was the actual criminal charge against you?
Having sex with a minor.
Having sex with a minor,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, shit. Well, damn.
That's right. He's a convicted sex offender. In 1995, he pleaded guilty to 1 count of unlawful sexual intercourse. He says it was a big misunderstanding, that the girl showed him a fake ID saying she was 18.
Well, you've seen the show before, so you know that this is about the time where I need to tell you who I am. I'm Chris Hansen, and I'm with Dateline NBC,
Yeah.
and this is To Catch a Predator.
Yeah.
He's in no hurry. He knows what's waiting for him outside.
Hell yeah,
Sheriff's
he does.
office, come on down. Come on. Put your hands up where you can see them. I see palms, palms. All the way down. All the way down. Come on.
Later at the police station, he's brought into the interrogation room, read his rights, and starts answering questions.
And what were your
That
intentions
ass on
when you
cat.
got here? I was intentions to be pleasurable and pleasurable,
Poking that
but
ass out
I
on
might
purpose.
not have done the actual penetration. I just wanted to see how it went. That's all, you know. Okay. Now you're gonna have to define pleasurable for me. Fellatio, having the lady have pleasure below, and likewise, I guess.
He says he
Look, I don't know about you, but I have never, never in my life said to a girl, would you like to perform fellatio? Or, yo, bro, or text somebody, yo, bro, I got fellatio last night. It was the best. Like, I think this is the most, today, right now, this is the most I've ever said the word fellatio. I don't know if I've said it more than twice out loud in my entire life. It's just not what I'm going to call that particular sex act. I'm just not going to refer to it as fellatio. Yo, let's get some fellatio, man. Tired of this shit. This shit for the birds, man. Let's get some fellatio. Nah, that's just not, that ain't how I'm rocking. I don't know. I don't know about you. But that word just ain't never been in my vocabulary.
lives with his girlfriend and her 5-year-old son.
Does she know you chat? Yes, but she didn't know about this. I told her it was a couple. A couple? Couple, 2 people, a man and a woman. That you were coming to see? Yeah. For what? I have pleasure with couples. So she knows that you travel to have relationships.
He tells the agent about his prior conviction for sex with a minor and says he got probation. But later he was arrested for not reporting to his probation officer.
So I went back and done 37 days in the pen in Delaware.
He also admits to dating a teenager. He says she was 18, but he doesn't remember her name.
You lived with this girl and you didn't know her name. I had a lot of girlfriends. Well, I'm sure you have, Travis, but I want to know this.
I'm sure you have, Travis. Thumbnail. That was unintentional, too. I remember that shit. I'm sure you have, Travis. Did I do a video on this motherfucker? I better not have done a video on this motherfucker.
One's name? I don't know. I can see her face, but I can't picture her name. How long did she live with you? A couple months.
Like all the other men arrested here in Kentucky, he pleads not guilty.
Come here.
No, why would I get any closer if you have a gun?
There's one more potential predator we'd like you to meet. He claims he's a police officer and carries a gun.
Yeah, I don't think I did. But I'm sure you have, Travis. I definitely remember that.
But I want to know this one's name. I don't know. I can see her face, but I can't picture her name. How long did she live with you? A couple months.
Like all the other men arrested here in Kentucky, he pleads not guilty.
Come here.
No, why would I?
So I didn't I didn't put his name at the bottom because obviously I didn't intend on this to be a double feature with Travis Fowler joining us. But let's see what happened to Travis Fowler. According to his Perverted Justice page, James Travis Fowler traveled from Tennessee to Bowling Green, Kentucky to meet a 13-year-old girl. Not only was he charged by state authorities, but federal authorities added additional charges. From the federal charges, he received 57 months in prison and 5 years supervised release. From the state, he received a charge of 7 years, less 719 days for time served. Both sentences run concurrently. Contributor notes from Silver Jordan. James hit me up when we were trolling for the Bowling Green, Kentucky Dateline. He spent a great deal of time in our chat telling me what he'd like to do to me, but an equal amount of time telling me how much trouble he could get in for doing so. He asked me once to promise I'd not tell, because it wouldn't be nice to ruin a good man. Excuse me, a good man does not try to have sex with a 13-year-old child. James showed up at our bust house and had a nice chat with Chris. During this chat, he told Chris he'd been convicted of a sex crime with a minor in the past. With a major. What the fuck? He probably did with a major. Looked like a major was coming up on the third Predator, but we ain't doing a triple feature. He was already a registered sex offender. He had been arrested and convicted for molesting a child, but the urge was just too strong for that to have been a deterrent. I believe this is further proof that predators cannot be rehabilitated. I suppose James thinks he's been ruined now as he faced charges, both at the federal level and the state level. I prefer to think of it as justice. James received a sentence of 57 months federally and 7 years, less 719 days for time served from the Commonwealth of Kentucky. While the sentences will run concurrently, James will still have a great deal of time to reflect upon what makes a good man. So, I don't even think anything else needs to be said about Mr. Fowler, Mr. Travis, because I don't see rehabilitation there. I just don't see it. He seems to be very honest with the issues that he has, but he doesn't seem like he's bent on fixing them. He seems like he's like, yeah, I know this is what it is. I'm just going with it. That's what it seems like to me. It doesn't seem like he wants help at any point. It just he wants to do it. Had it been a real person there and not a decoy, had it been a real kid, real 13-year-old girl, yeah, definitely. I think speculation. Who knows? Travis knows. Yeah, I think definitely. I think he definitely would have. I mean, he's already done proved, whatever the story is. He's already been convicted of it once. The probability of him doing it again, yeah. I definitely could see him. Again, speculation, but I could see him still roaming around chat rooms with the 7 people that's still on them, looking for underage tang. I don't know. But back to Richard Watwood. Watwood.
Put your hands on your pockets, please, so I can see them. Please have a seat.
I'm not exactly sure what this guy's deal was.
Until later.
I got to pee real bad. I've been having to go since Nashville.
Before you do that, I've got a couple questions for you first.
No, I'm not gonna say that he definitely would have. But yeah, he showed up, but think that's our thumbnail for him. Yeah, he showed up, but he, to me, like, if we're gonna, because this is a double feature, all right? God damn it. We gotta compare the two. If this is a double feature, we gotta compare the two. And God damn it, of the two, I think Travis definitely 100%. This guy, not so much. I mean, yeah, maybe 80, but I'm not willing to go to 100. With Travis, it's like, yeah, definitely, no doubt. So I don't know, man. Hell yeah, hell yeah. You just never know. Now let's go. Let me take a look. Go back to Richard Watwood Perverted Justice page and read just the little part of his chat log. It'd be fun to have someone to hang out with, the decoy says. Richie says, yes, it would. I get scared staying here by myself. I will keep you company. Smiley face. We could stay upstairs if we want to. Your room upstairs? Yeah. Can we sleep together? Says single male. Staying fit 2000. Do you want to? Yeah. Yes. Do you? Yeah. I taught you did. I do so much. He does so much. And then the contributor says, when you're talking to a child... Okay, says, I do so, okay. Yes, do you? Can we sleep together? Do you want to? Yes, do you? Yeah, I thought you did. I do so much. Yeah, that'd be nice. All I sleep with now is a teddy bear. I can hold you all night. And the contributor says, when you're talking to a child about sex and the child talks about sleeping with a teddy bear and you still don't run away, you're a pedophile. You know what? Yeah, you know what? When you're right, you're right. Mr. Contributor here was right. You know, had I not known that one little line, you know, that's one little detail like that can change the whole perception. And that detail changed the perception of Richard Atwood. Not Atwood. I probably done called him Atwood 40 times in this video by now. But Richard Watwood, yeah, I don't know. Reoffend? Maybe. But not. I don't think as it's as clear as it is in Mr. Fowler's case. Mr. Travers. Oh, Kathy. But yeah, the first Atlantic City double feature. Unintended. The 2-for-1 special. And we had one fairly underwhelming predator. And another underwhelming predator as far as entertainment value, I guess, in their actual interviews. I mean, Richard was not very... he didn't perform well on camera, and he just wanted to get the fuck up out of there. And, you know, as honest as Travis was, and he talked a lot more, he was still just so, just depressing. Like, he just has a down feel. As he probably should. But yeah. 2-for-1 special. 2 more predators down. It is what it is. I guess I'm just gonna catch you next time. Where do we go from here? I think I've said all that can really be said about these guys. I mean, I'm sure there's always more that you could say, but I don't feel like these 2 bastards are really worth that much time. This was an unintended 2-for-1 special just because the two of them were combined in the same video. And mainly because Richard Watwood's footage turned out to be so short. I thought that 8-minute timestamp was for Richard himself. I didn't realize that Travis. I watched like 30 seconds, a minute of it before I said, hey, I'm going to do a video on this guy. Didn't click around to the 5-minute mark to see, oh, who's this fucking bastard? Oh, this is Mr. Fowler. I didn't know nothing about nothing. How was I to know? So, fuck it. It is what it is. Atlantic City. This your boy. Said that out of order. Who cares? This was a look at. New episode of Dear Kayla, Love Lorne. That's on Monday. Atlantic City, CrimeCity, premieres this Thursday. Stay tuned for that. I'm going to get the fuck up out of here. Let you go on about your day. And I'll see what the fuck you talking about next time. I'm gone.